recorded.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I see the team is here. Akana Nation is in the house from all over the country, and we welcome you this morning. My name is Dr. Roz. I'm VP of Communications, and this is the Diamond Factory. If this is your first time being here, this is where like minded individuals come together. We get our day started Monday through Friday. And on Mondays, we always hear from our CEO, Wake Up to Akana. And then Tuesday through Friday, our phenomenal Chief Sales Officer, Phyllis Nash, and all those that work with her, because she's our midwife to help us to push. And I'm sitting in for her this morning. Let me tell you something. I am so charged up because I was thinking about something and realizing, you always got to think about what is that you need to do to enhance yourself. How can you become better at what you're doing? And one of the things is I was listening, and I'm always listening to different motivational, inspirational trainers and speakers, and because we got to hear from people. I'm a believer in following those who, through faith and patience, inherit the promise. You listen to somebody that's already done it. If you need some plumbing done, you don't talk to a mechanic. You talk to somebody who knows some things about and been successful at it. Okay, plumbing, right? So one of the things that I realized that we all have to do in this season of Akana is that we have to expand our awareness. We have to expand our awareness every single day. A day doesn't go by unless you're a hermit, unless you just refuse to open up your curtain, unless you refuse to answer your door, unless you refuse to get out of your house. Every single day, we run into people or we have people on our list. Even if you stay in the house, you've got a phone that has names on it. You've got a Facebook page that have some so-called friends on it. I say so-called because you have a whole bunch of friends, you don't even know who they are. But we have people on our list that either, and we say that either they don't have any money, or they're only thinking about getting to the weekend, or they're just not entrepreneurial minded. And if this is your reality, you need to expand your awareness because there are some other people there. There's some other people around you. There's a big world out there. I mean, there are millions. Somebody said, well, I've talked to everybody. Really? No, I don't think so. Not everybody. You've talked to who you've talked to, but that's not everybody. And we run into people, but because our awareness is shut down, we're constantly presented with opportunities, but we miss them because our awareness is shut down. Now, awareness doesn't mean you're going to be a predator. It just means you're going to constantly be aware. We got to raise up our antennas. See, expanding your awareness means becoming more conscious of your surroundings and the world around you. It involves being open and simply paying closer attention to your surroundings. I don't care where you live. I don't care how small your town is. I don't care what the city or the state that you're living in. The thing that we've got to focus on is now I got to expand my awareness. If you were to talk to right now the top leaders in any business, in any opportunity, even right here at Akana, they would tell you that the majority, now hear that word, the majority of the people that they personally sponsored were people they met after they got into the business. The majority, they may have sponsored one best friend, but the majority of the people they sponsored personally are people they met after they got into the business. I remember when I first came to Wakana at that time and had my first meeting here in Houston, Texas, and the 10 people that joined paying the top amount at that particular time, which was $9.98, the majority of them were people that I did not know until I knew them. They weren't on my list. And that's why Coach Dan has often said to us, it's not who you know, but it's who you get to know. Now, let me throw this out there for the person who tells me, but Dr. Roz, I don't like to talk to people. I'm an introvert. I got that. You all will be surprised to know that I don't really like talking to folk. I could really just sit in the corner and wait till they come to me. I mean, I'm just saying. So just like we hear Melissa Boston, our CEO, as well as she talks, as well as she expresses herself, she lets us know she's an introvert. So you are without excuse. Because I'm going to challenge everybody here this weekend. Who could you meet? Who could you talk to? Who could you say hello to? Who could you use your script on if you were getting paid $1,000 per person? I want you to swallow that one. Who would you talk to? Who would you reach out to if you could get paid $1,000 a person? Not for them to sign up, not for them to be a customer, not for them to become a distributor, just for you to get them on your list. You know how people go in the mall and they got this paper and they just want you to do a survey and they're just walking around. Here's what I thought about this morning. I say, there's a passage that says, "Go to the ant, thy sluggard." We should study the ants, the A-N-T, the ants awareness. How many of you ever been in the park or sitting on a bench or at a picnic or something, and you drop just a little drop of food on the ground, and all of a sudden you got ants all around your feet? And so I had to kind of look it up to understand their genetics. The ant has a highly developed sense of smell. And once they smell, once just one ant smells that potato chip or that piece of meat that came out of your sandwich or that piece of bread that you dropped, once one ant smells it and makes its journey to it, while it's on the way, it releases something called Pheromenes, in case I pronounce it wrong, pheromones or something like that. And it releases this to other ants. And it leaves a trail and they all pick it up. And when they're on their trail to come to that, they release it as well. And now you've got a whole lot of ants all around. I mean, have you ever wondered where'd they come from? I mean, it was clean. I didn't see any ants. We've got to raise our awareness. See, there's a level of awareness that they have. And we have to raise our awareness. Why? Because it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not about me. It's about the people in the world who need our help. Listen, Akana Nation, you don't know their story. You don't know what's going on in their life, but there's a reason. Watch this. There's a reason you have entered into their space. There's a reason. At a restaurant, that waiter who remembers your order so eloquently, you don't have to repeat it. They get it the first time. Wouldn't that be a great person in business? Don't they need to hear the story? Don't they need to know about what we do? That waiter, that person in the mall sitting around there doing those surveys, that person that comes to your door selling something that you know you don't want, or just asking you, do you want your trees cut? Or do you want your grass? You want me to cut your grass? Or can we give you solar energy? They come to the door. Look at their work ethic. Do you know how many rejections they get? They can handle rejection, man. The DoorDash, the call centers that are calling you on the phone. Come on, flip the script. My business partner said the other day, she's starting to do that when people call her and she flips the script and say, well, let me tell you about something. And then they hang up. But how many times could you do that? And maybe somebody needs to hear what you're saying. See, you don't know there's a reason you came into their space. Sometimes you're just out and about and you just, by happen chance, run into somebody that you haven't seen in forever. And then you leave them and say, oh my God, I should have told them about Akana. I should have told them, I should have let them know I should have used the script. But because your awareness is not at its optimum performance, social events, at church. I mean, listen, I'm not saying I'm not saying become a predator, but recognize when you need to be aware that you're missing opportunities. And one of the reasons we miss opportunities is because we're so quick to prejudge. Listen, I know it's so easy to prejudge. So easy. It's so easy to say they don't have any money, or they got too much money, or they're too busy. But here's what I'm going to say to you: because of who we are and because of what we have, you don't know what's going on in another person's world. You don't know what's going on with them personally or in their family. See, it's not like we've got products that don't do anything or don't help people or don't change people's lives or don't make them feel better and don't relieve them from pain. You don't know what's going on. They're in your space for a reason. And sometimes people look one way on the outside, but there's something totally going on the inside. Or maybe they've just got a really successful business, but they're so stressed out they want a break. So I need you to say it. I don't need you to unmute to say it, but I need everybody on this call to say it. I'm not going to prejudge. Because, see, our job is not to convince anyone, but give them the opportunity to decide. Okay, here's something else I want you to say. You are a networker. Yeah, say it. Say, I am a networker. See, some of y'all don't want to say that. You don't want to say that. I'm challenging you today to remove that obstacle because it's an obstacle in your way. I want you to open up your mouth. Don't unmute, but say it wherever you are, on your job, wherever you are, in your house. Say, I am a networker. Stop running from it. Network. How do you network? Work your net. And guess what? Once you get this, you are in such wonderful company. You are in great company of being a networker. Why do you say that, Dr. Ross? You know what I got to say, because Jesus was a networker. Oh, my God. Jesus was a networker. Yes, for those of you that believe, actually, he was the most successful networker that ever was. He started out with 1, then 3, then 12, then 5,000 on multiple occasions. And his organization is still growing thousands of years later. I'm going to remind you of 2 stories and then I'm done. There was a time that this networker told the disciples who had been fishing all night long, had caught nothing. He told them, expand your awareness, launch out into the deep. There was another time this networker told the disciples who had not caught anything all night, he told them to expand their awareness. He told them to throw the net on the other side. What was he? That's all he was saying. Expand your awareness. Here's my challenge for you today. Here are your instructions from our CSO. Use your script today for Saturday, 10 a.m. Central. Use your script for Sunday. Yes, there's a special. Of course, we have our Flat Belly Lifestyle at 5 p.m. Always. And then Sunday at 7 p.m. Yes, you're going to get a brand new email coming out soon. But Sunday, Akana Lifers. You want to get some guests on that call. Yeah, you want to get some guests on that call, especially at the beginning of that call at 7 p.m. And then you're going to get into more information and dialogue and details of it after that. But just let's load it up. We had over 100 people on there. We ought to have even double that now because you want the specifics regarding the Akana Lifer program, because you want to be an Akana Lifer, because you want to know about this program, because it's going to be here for the life of the company. This is how you get a piece of the whole action. And the way you do it, use the script. And don't tell me the script doesn't work. Don't tell me that. Have you used it for 1,200 people yet? Until you use a script for 1,200 people, you can't say it doesn't work. Expand your awareness and go and have a great Akana kind of day. Leaders, Ruby and above, please be at your meeting. Bye-bye for now.